Hey, everybody.
Hey, good
Good
morning.
morning. Let me just tell Danielle. We have been boxering. She said she couldn't get on. She's on. Oh, I was just going to boxer you, and there you are. Yay. Okay, good morning, everybody.
My little guy, can you hear me, Julie?
I can.
You can? My little guy was just asking about that green. He wanted to make sure.
Okay, everybody got your green on? I had to go upstairs into my green on, into my summertime box. Okay, you guys, I am not going to spend a lot of time with the niceties. Would you make sure that you have muted yourself just to avoid any noise in the background? And I'm going to give the floor to the amazing, incredible silver executive going gold and one of my good dear friends, Danielle. We've traveled the world together. Our first trip was Dubai as executives. And as you know, as you move in this company and make new friends, they're friends for life, total family and friends for life. And some of you may have seen these flash sale things going on over the past few months. And many of us have watched in skepticism, sometimes just like when we talk to people about getting started with our system and our business, or with concern about compliance, or with, is this something we can do? Well, when my very good trusted friends, Danielle and her sister, were having crazy good results, killing it, I'm like, okay, it's time. It's time. Yeah, I just need to jump in. I know that they will help me. We support each other, and she will take very good care of us. So I am going to turn it over to Danielle to give you kind of some background. You guys know how to mute your phone. Can you make sure you're getting muted out? I guess I could do it too. I can mute everybody. Do you know how to unmute yourself? We'll just go this way, yeah. I'm going to give you a little bit of history about how they came to do this program called the flash sale, and it is exactly that, flash, flash, flash. And we will go into some more details when Danielle is done, but we have about 35 minutes, so I'm going to give her the floor, like I said, and talk about the history, how they came to do this, the crazy, insane, unbelievable, out of this world results that they are getting, and it's going to lock in gold for them this month. I just know it. And she's going to lay it out, how it works. And then if there's some time, have some time for questions later. So without further ado, take it away, Danielle. You're so amazing. Okay. I'm going to mute myself too.
Okay, well, it's great to be on here with you guys. We just love Julie, love all of you guys, and happy to share what we've learned and experienced so far with the flash sale. The history is I first heard about it at the I think it was December with Tasha Walker and Deanna and I were in a chat, and at that point in the month, which by the way, December was not a great month for our team. At that point in the month, Tasha was actually behind us, and she ended up throwing a flash sale and ending 30,000 or more points ahead of us, and it was crazy. And we're like, what the heck? So we caught her ear, or she got our ear in the Dominican, and we started asking her what the heck. And honestly, it overwhelmed me. I was like, what? I can't wrap my head around this. What does this even look like? But she dropped enough on me that I was interested. And then another very trusted friend that we've been traveling with, Julie, with, is Sheila Curtis, Gold Executive, amazing leader. And she did one. And then she texted the next morning and she's like, you guys, she's like, this is crazy. And she had grown just thousands and thousands of points. And so at that point, I'm like, tell me. She did hers at the end of January. We worked our tails off to put one together for February 8th. And we ended up hosting a sale and growing over probably 30,000 points in a 24-hour window of time. The sale was crazy. It was like nothing we'd ever experienced before. And the crazy thing is, you guys, the deals weren't even that stellar. I mean, seriously, it was like, we were discounting kits, but it wasn't more than the commission that was being earned. In fact, for the most part, it was about 50% of the rapid rewards that were being earned. And I know a lot of us have discounted a kit before when it was crunch time and we were fighting for a goal, and people were jumping on mega kits and ultimate kits. We even this last sale did some dual ultimate kits. And I'm just telling you guys, the discounts weren't even that steep. but there's something to be said about a blitz or about a frenzy or about this flash sale, like Julie was saying, flash, flash, flash. I just think about buyers. And if you think about like Black Friday, everybody is like wanting a deal. Everybody wants to get in on the hype. And it just causes this momentum and this reaction of people that decide, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Look, it's discounted right now. I'm doing it. And so that's the history behind it. It wasn't our baby. It's just something we've duplicated. And we've duplicated it exactly how Sheila Curtis ran hers. She put me in her group. I know Stacy and Julie have now asked, and they've been in our group, so they've seen what it looks like. And we decided if they've already done it successfully, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm going to do it exactly like they've done it. And there were a couple pieces of their sale that scared me. Number one, we were very fearful that like we would put this event on and nobody would jump. Like even right before the start of the meeting, I mean, we're sitting there like pits in our stomach, like, is this going to flop? Is this like not going to happen? But it didn't flop. I mean, and just to give you a little bit of an idea, I don't know, some of you may not have any working knowledge of what a flash sale looks like. We had 12 deals. And we had posted a schedule that tells you at, 8 o'clock, our deal on the mega kit is going to go live. And at 8:05, our ultimate transformation kit is going to go live. And we put out that schedule. We did not put out what the deals were going to look like. That was not something we gave them. They just knew if you're looking to get an ultimate, you're going to want to be refreshing your screen at 8 o'clock because that's what time it's going to be. And so we were nervous as could be that it wasn't gonna go, but sure enough, that mega kit went live, and as soon as I could refresh my button, it's like sold. All of these people claiming the deal. And I think Stacy was on live, so she knows, she saw it happening, and it was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, seriously? But then the beauty, and this is a really magical thing that I don't want any team builder to miss, the beauty of the sale comes in what you do with the waitlisters. Because you're only going to be offering so many deals. Like I think, in fact, the second sale we did, we were able to offer even more deals. So we offered I want to say 8 mega kits. So the idea is that the first 8 people comment sold. And obviously because of Facebook in real time, you always end up with more than 8 people because not everybody's seeing everyone's comments and whatever. So, I don't know how many solds we got on the mega, but people knew after the solds had been claimed, they are supposed to comment waitlist. And the team knew that we were all to be honoring deals for the solds and the wait list. Do you want me to get into all that, Julie, or no?
There we go. Yes, okay. If you would just quickly kind of explain how we have a Google Doc, and this will all make more sense when you can actually see it, because just like she said, I was like, talking about it, I'm a visual person, and Stacy and Dana have got the docs prepared. And so we're just duplicating what Danielle and her sister did, but there is a Google Doc. So they immediately enter their information. Yeah, explain that, and then talk about how it's the individual distributor's responsibility to
offer the rebate.
Yeah,
perfect.
To do that.
Okay, so when we launched this to our team, we went live on our video or on our team page, and we basically said, if you want in our flash sale group, you are honoring the rebate, but you're not going to be giving away more than you're earning. So that was the understanding the whole team had. And there was a lot of communication back and forth we had to do with our brand new people. So just know, if you've got new leaders, you're going to have to really walk them through that for this short window of time, you are giving back part of your commission, but look at the big picture. Look at the fact that you're getting people on the product who are going to get a result, who are going to tell their friends, and it's worth it. So, you might have to work hand in hand with some of your new people to really help them see the value in giving back part of what they're earning. And so at that point, when people said, I'm in, we added them to the group and they could begin inviting their friends. Now, I would tell you, I don't remember when you're doing this, Julie. I think you said pretty early in the Okay, so we didn't make the group available or really go live and promote it to the masses until about 48 hours before the event, because I didn't want numbers to totally stand still, because obviously if you've got people ready right now, do not hold them off for the flash sale. Even if you feel like you need to make a deal with them beforehand, we didn't really heavily promote this until about 48 hours before go time. But then if they said they wanted in, they got to invite their people to the group, but then the understanding is they were honoring the rebate. So nobody that wasn't allowed or willing to honor the rebate was allowed into the group. So once they said, yes, I'm in, I'm going to honor the rebates, and they knew they would not be giving up more than their commission, then they were allowed into the flash sale group and they could begin inviting. So I'm just going to walk you through one example of a deal. So our Ultimate Transformation Kit deal went live. It was the second deal we ran. It went live at like 7:35, and every one of the deals clearly states, this is the deal. This is the retail price. This is the wholesale price. But if you claim it now, this is your price. And beyond there, it explains that they're going to be charged the wholesale price and the rebate will be coming. And we gave everybody a 7-day window to pay back the rebate. So if anybody was in a bind and didn't have that money right then and they needed their commissions to pay out, they would have the time to get their commission on the order and get the rebate sent. So that's why they had a 7-day window to get that paid out. And so in the deal, it says there's 8 available, but if you really want this deal, comment wait list. And then there's a link in every one of the posts that takes you to this Google form. And the Google form spits back to Stacy or Julie or whoever's administering this sale. And so as soon as they click sold, we're telling people, awesome, fill out the doc, fill out the doc. They just click right there on this link and it takes them to a very professional looking document. And it asks them all of the necessary information that they need that we need in order to get their order placed. So it asks them, their name and their address, their billing information. But we went a step further than that. It asks them who referred you to Singular. So right there, we're finding out which distributor invited them to the sale. It asks them one of my favorite things, which is, are you interested in getting your products paid for? And you'd be amazed by how many people clicked yes on that. That's a question a lot of people chicken out. They don't even mention the fact that they can get their products paid for. So even right there in the Google Doc, they'll have to click yes, no, or maybe on whether they're interested in that. There's an acknowledgement section that's really important. So they have to check mark the box acknowledging that they know they're going to be charged a $14.95 membership, that they understand their card is getting charged the wholesale price, and that the rebate will be coming within the next 7 days. They had to check mark a box. What was the other one that was a really big one? There's 5 acknowledgement things at the bottom. Oh, I think one of them was just the window of time that they knew.
And there's a disclaimer that this is an independent distributor activity and not a corporate one.
Yes, and that disclaimer is actually on every one of our posts. Every single post says, this is not a Singular sponsored event. This is you're getting this rebate from a Singular independent distributor. So we've kind of covered our bases there as well. But when they fill out that document, it spits back to whoever owns the document. And then after the sale, the orders start getting processed. And it's a madhouse. I mean, if you're doing it, you guys plan on being up till 2 a.m. It's going to be a madhouse, trust me. But the momentum that the sale brings is insanity. And I started to talk about those waitlisters. We encouraged our team. This is something you guys can decide how to do, but we said if it was a sold deal someone claimed, they had to honor the deal, period. And we strongly, strongly, strongly encourage all of the wait lists to be honored through midnight. So at midnight, we went on to all of our deals and we did a row of asterisks as a symbol to our team. So they knew, okay, these were all of the things that were claimed before midnight. And anything beyond that, it's up to the distributor. Do you want to continue to honor those people that came in behind the asterisks and give them the deal or not? So we kind of gave our distributors a window of time that they were supposed to make good on. And then after that window of time, it was their decision whether they wanted to honor it. And I will tell you, most people have. Now, I did have one girl that was like, I think I'm going to tell my people I'll give them 2 weeks. And I was like, no. We're not giving people 2 weeks here, right? If you give people too much of a window of time, there's no urgency and there's no excitement and there's no blitz. So I encourage people, don't let the deals go on and on forever, because when you run that next sale, nobody's going to think it's, oh, well, I'll just catch her 2 weeks later because she's still going to honor it. So is that good on that part, Julie, or was there any questions in there?
No, I think that's great. And I love how you explained the wait list, and the frenzy of it all is so important, and the time frame, because I really feel like people need to understand that this is big and it's an investment of your time. And how important is it, did you find that, because it's an hour, right? We need to clarify that it's an hour. There's a lot of upfront work and then after work, but on that night, it's like an hour.
Yes.
That you need to be present and participating. And then would you talk about how do they promote this now? Because we're going to do it Wednesday night. So how soon do they start promoting, who do they start promoting it to, and kind of how, because it's not really something that they post on their wall, right?
Right. Well, we did allow people to post on their walls, but we told them they needed to be generic and just call it a flash sale full of some great deals. Nobody advertised cash off of anything because that can be gray area for compliance. And so we didn't have people publicly announce any type of savings they would be getting that night. So for all other people knew, it might have just been the deals that the company was running, the promotions with the Ultimate and the Ignite. So we were generic on our walls, but we did promote there. In fact, if you don't know this, I'm going to tell you this because this is amazing, but Facebook is set up to the algorithms for the colored background posts. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you type a small enough paragraph that you can see a colored background, Facebook is set up to where that gets more viewings than it does if you post a picture. So I had my whole team typing something short enough with a colored background that said like, flash sale happens tonight. If you like a deal, you need to let me know and I'm getting you in. Just something that short. Those were the ones that had the most comments. I want in, I want in, I want in. Okay, so that's just a little side note, little tip for you on promoting it. But then we had them promoting it in individual private messages to every single one of their people that were ever on the fence, a current customer or a past customer. And you guys, it takes time and effort, but it's so worth it. So even though that sale is only 1 hour, I would encourage everybody to give it everything you've got before the sale to get everybody a personal invitation, because just to dump them into a group, it's not going to convert to any sales, right? We have to be that personal touch that says, I know at one point you were interested in this. You've got to check this sale out. You do not want to miss it. I'm so excited about it. Really be pumped up and take the time to individually invite all of those categories of people. This is something I will tell you, and we had to stress this to our team. This is not the type of event that you want to invite your entire friends list to.
Thank you.
Okay. We had a couple people that did that. We had a couple people that didn't quite catch that we had advertised not to do that or tried to train not to do that. And it caused some confusion for some people because there were people adding people into the group that had never even heard of what our system was. They didn't even know what an 8-day challenge is. They'd never discussed with anybody whether or not what kit would be best for them. And if you put people that don't have any type of working knowledge about what we're offering into that group, it's going to confuse and overwhelm, okay? So you want to add people into this group that you've at least discussed Singular with at one point in time. And then from there, I tried to touch base with people and say, okay, I had a list of paper. If they told me they were going to check it out, I wrote their name down and I buzzed back into their group and said, I can't wait. You're going to love this tonight. You know, just that personal touch, and get your team doing it too. Julie, remind me, I can send you some verbiage that we put out on our team page for some ways that people could invite. I think anytime you can provide some copy and paste, try to make it sound personal.
Definitely.
Still. Yeah, but at least
I was going to capitalize on that and just encourage everybody, because some aren't really utilizing the whole ad tag message system yet, or getting people in a three-way chat. So what I would like to see happen is, today's Saturday, go like crazy and get as many people into a chat as you can before Monday morning, because that will be 2 days before the flash sale. So you're sparking that interest, giving them some background. They have product information. You've established the relationship, so that when Monday we have the go-ahead to start posting flash sale Wednesday, and by invitation only, I think that's important to put invitation only. You've already got 2 days of groundwork laid, so that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, flash sale coming in 2 days, right?
Yes, that's great. I definitely think that, and it is big to make it. It's a VIP event. It's an invitation only. You don't just get to be there. It's important. So that's all really good. I'm trying to think of anything else on the inviting. You do want to be in contact with people. I had a lot of people asking like, well, what kit am I even going for? Which deal? And I'll just talk to you real quickly about the deals, because this was a long debate, okay? We did 12 deals, and I don't know if Julie's going to keep it exactly the same, but we were really stressing over whether or not we were offering 12 deals, people, because the first 7 were Ignites or more. The last 5 were not. And when we went back and forth, well, what if somebody brand new just chooses deal 12 and they don't get the whole system and the blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm talking a couple hour long dialogue between my sister and I, and then we brought it over to a group of leaders and talked about it some more. And we decided we're going to duplicate what Sheila Curtis did. Sheila Curtis did it. It was amazing. We're doing what Sheila Curtis did. The only thing we didn't do that they did is they offered a couple individual products, and we did not do individual products. The smallest combo we did was a Zing and XR2 duo, and our biggest fear, again, was that somebody brand new was going to go with deal 12, but it didn't happen. All of our new people went with deals Ignite and higher, okay? And so we did it that way round one. It didn't bite us, so we did it that way round two. One thing we did on round two that we didn't do on round one was we offered duals. We did dual UTKs and dual Ignites, and I'm telling you, when I hit post on that, my stomach did a flip because I was like, no one's going to put sold. No one's going to hit sold. And we didn't have 30 people hit sold, but we did sell 2 of each of those. So we had 2 dual UTKs go out the door and 2 dual Ignites. And so I don't regret that we did those, even though they weren't as hopping as a couple of the others. We did sell them. So I know it's a tough decision, and we all want to see people get started with the ultimate, preferably, or the mega. But we are kind of the mindset, we've got to get people started where they can start. And you know what? I have a lot of people that are looking at Thrive and Plexus, and it's cheaper. And I know it's cheaper maybe because it's not going to get them as great of a result as I'm going to get them. But we start people with where we start. We did sell quite a few of the essential weight loss bundles that night, but most of those even were return customers. Somebody that just saw that as a great deal, and they were like, yeah, I want to reorder those 4 products. So I would say 95% of the brand new people that got started with us in that window of time did start with either the Ignite on up. So it did not bite us, but it was a decision that was quite difficult for us because we just couldn't decide. But since we had everybody inviting their customers, Julie, do you guys have a customer support group?
We do, but it's a part of Kara. We have several. I have leaders that have their own, and then we have one that's grouped in with Kara Cunningham and Live Well. So we are deciding whether we're just going to start our own for the purpose of this, or do a group like what you guys did. So
Okay, because I was going to say, in our customer support, we really promoted it there too, because we wanted people to want to get in on the deals. And we did pull back. I had quite a few inactive customers that jumped back in. And just so you know, one of the questions on the Google Doc is, are you a new customer, current customer, or past customer? And so we were able to figure out where their order went based off of that knowledge. If they were a past customer, we got them a new account. If they were a current customer, we hopped on their account. And just so you know, a couple of the deals, if it's a current customer order, it is a little bit more than you're going to make. For example, I think I lost $2 on a case of juice because it wasn't a rapid rewards order. I wanted the gal to have her 120, and so I just ordered it under her account. So if it's a return customer, there's a chance you'll be out a few dollars, but I'm talking like $2 or $3. And I was of the mentality that I'm happy to give my customer a deal. They're my faithful customer. I'm glad they're on an auto ship. If I'm giving away a couple bucks of my commission to help them, that's fine. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because we did have a couple people afterwards saying, I thought I wasn't going to be out anything. And I said, well, on the customers, we told you that there's a chance you'll be out a few dollars. So, and it's really all about the psychology of a sale. And that's why you'll see the deals, and it's not a certain percentage off of each kit. It's the psychology of a sale, trying to get the price point to be something that looks like a steal of a deal. And so a lot of times just getting it into the new $100 mark can do crazy things. So there wasn't just a 10% or a 20%, nothing like that. Every deal is its own. But it was all about just getting it to look, and you guys know what I'm talking about. It's why the stores run their pricing like they do. It's just the psychology of a sale. So did that help, Julie?
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. I would just like you, if we have some time left for questions, but I would like you to talk about the results, because I know, if you don't mind sharing numbers, because I know I was listening, Christine Pikolik did this with just her team and had 57 enrollments in one night.
That's amazing.
With her team alone. But I'm building because I want you to share what it's done for you guys.
Yes.
Please.
So this is another thing we talked about, is our team. I knew Sheila Curtis did it as a gold executive, and she has a bigger team than we do because we're silver. But we are praying for gold this month. So I knew our team was big enough to do it. I think that it was the perfect size, to be really honest with you. I think if it was any smaller, although Christine, it sounds like she has a smaller team and it was still successful, so that's good. But it was nice to have that many people adding, and it was just this excitement of the night. So I felt like it was a perfect size to have. But yeah, the first sale we ended up growing by 30,000 points maybe in 48-hour window of time. This sale, I still feel like it's hard to even cap because I know deals are still going through. But we've already grown almost 50,000 points since Wednesday night. And I think the majority of that happened the first, day or two. It is crazy. I mean, and the other good thing, we had some sleepers. You may have some team builders out there right now that you wish were on the Zoom and aren't. You may have some people that kind of set their business down through the winter months and haven't picked it back up yet. This is going to inspire and motivate. You've got to get them to participate. One gal in particular on our team that just didn't have any momentum going. And then even on the morning of our February sale messaged me and said, now what is this? And I'm like, girl, just get in the group and invite. Just trust me. She did it. She got her team to do it. It was all super last minute, but she ended up, I think, tripling her volume in the month of February. And she's on track to hit director for the first time that ever she's already way ahead of where she had been ending month after month after month through the winter. And I truly believe the momentum that flash sale brought her business is what gave her the oomph to start fighting again. So even if you have people that have stopped promoting much, reach out to them and say, just jump in here with me, invite some people, see if you can get some new builders back in the game and excited. Because it is exciting and it's fun to see so many people jumping. And then one other thing, and I don't know if you guys call it this, Julie, but we call it the magic post. Make sure to train every single person on your team to provide the magic posts to their new starts. And they're going to post on their wall. I did it. I bet. I'm jumping in. I'm going to do my first 8-day challenge. Because then you can get, it's just like that whole thing that Calla says, fast is easy and slow is hard. They get their kit, they're excited, they post on their wall, they start adding their people into the results group, and it's just momentum and you just keep going. So just make sure you have your people take it a step further and get their people that get started to post on their wall and keep going.
Right, and you just reminded me what it was that you said so powerfully to me yesterday that caused me to rethink the whole, you have to start with the UTK and nothing less. It was when you said, we need to be thinking about getting into that person's market. So think less of it being just a weight loss kit. Think of it more as that person gets in, even if they have some results, you're opening up that whole person's market, which is what we should be thinking about. So that's what caused me to rethink the whole, because I've been pretty staunch with that. My team knows that's how I've trained. But that moment was like, well, duh, we're network marketers. Who cares if they come in with the case of Global Blend? We just have opened up their whole new franchise to us. So that is the learning process. And I love you for saying that, because it was like, moment for me just thinking about, well, yeah, because we're trying to get 1 a week plus 1. And I know for you, you have either 8 or 10 new enrollments this month. And that's, I think, as we move through being in business for so many years, we've lost the whole warm market, 10 enrollments a month.
Right.
We get a couple. And so to see you guys, you've been doing this longer than me. To see you grab in 10 enrollments and the month isn't even barely halfway over is like, okay, we got to find out what they're doing, because you are like new life, like a whole new team, a whole new life.
It's fun. And, I don't know if you've seen it. Calla put it out on her page, but Lacey, friend, and I and Deanna worked on a graphic that has 4 options on it. And I took some backlash when that came out, which I'm like, don't use it. If you don't want to use it, then don't use it. But there were people like, I can't believe that they're putting the essential weight loss bundle on. And I'm like, that's fine. But we launched that. I don't even know how many months it's been, you guys. We have sold more mega kits since we put that 4 option graphic together. And we have not seen an increase of number of people starting with the Essential Weight Loss Bundle. Right. So it has not been a negative thing for our business at all. And I am of the mindset, I am going to start somebody where they can start. Just last month, I had a gal start with the Essential Weight Loss Bundle. She lost 12 pounds on her 8-day challenge. She shared about it, but didn't have the $35 to upgrade. And, I will fall victim to sometimes giving the people that just because I want it for them so bad. But the truth of it is, she just didn't have the heart to do the business. She has since referred me probably 10 people. And she started with the Essential Weight Loss Bundle. So it is about getting into their market. And I'm wherever they can start, they can start. And I do try to never do less than the Essential Weight Loss Bundle.
I know you do. I know.
About anything to get them in with a 120. But we have that graphic. And, whenever we do live videos, you do good. Whenever we do our live videos in our results group and try to hype people up, we always say, we have a really awesome graphic with it's even got pricing on it. If you're ready to see that graphic, you comment below, and everyone's like, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. And it's just that call to action that gets people like, yep, I want to see that. What do you have? And so, Yeah, that's the thing on the essential weight loss, and it does still get a result, and it's not been causing us to sell more of those. We still sell a ton of ultimates and mega kits.
I think there are about 7 minutes left. Okay. I got the 10-minute warning. So if this closes up, you'll know it's because I was too cheap to pay the $10 upgrade for this right now. And because I could talk to Danielle all day. So this will keep us, timely. Because I do appreciate you have a huge team you're running, and it's so, giving of you to hop in here. And you've been spending time with Stacy and Dana and Michelle Eau Claire and lots of people that are duplicating what you're doing. So I'm so grateful for you. I want to say that ahead of time in case it cuts me off. I love you and appreciate you. Do you guys have any questions? Because she said she would take them if you want to unmute and ask her something.
Did you put it out to everybody, right? Distributors, members, past members, everyone?
Did you say, the first part cut off, did you say, did I promote it out to everyone?
Yes, all your distributors. So if your distributors wanted a floater kit with the deal, did you handle that? You took them in as well?
Yeah, so everybody was able to. The first time we collected a pool of money to divvy out, so it worked a little different. If somebody wanted to claim it and they got part of the pool of money, that was cool. The second time or the one that we just did, it was more of, we didn't have any real distributors jumping on unless they wanted to communicate with their sponsor and say, hey, if I buy myself a floater kit right now, will you honor the rebate? But we didn't put it out that anyone was expected to make good on a deal for a team member, but you could. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea, but I would definitely, the expectation, the understanding was more that you're taking care of your customers and your new people. We didn't really talk a whole lot about honoring things for your specific distributors, but you guys could address that if you wanted to tell people, if you want a floater kit, talk to your sponsor and see if she'll rebate you. I think that's a good idea. I would have said yes to somebody that would ask me. So.
Oh, I totally would do that. If one of my team members wants a floater kit and take advantage of that, I would honor it.
Yeah. So that's a good idea. You maybe should promote that as a suggestion. I like it. Any other questions?
Don't be shy. You guys have access to one of the best in our company.
Oh.
So if something's coming across your heart, ask away. She's brilliant. And she's a teacher by trade, so she's used to it. I'm like, when people open up the floor for questions, I'm always like, oh, I hope I can answer it. And Dan, she's rock solid, you guys. Are you excited? Thumbs up. You guys think this is going to be great?
It's so awesome, you guys. So awesome.
Okay. Well, I think we can let you go then if nobody's going to hop on with the question.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited. You're going to have to let me know how it goes.
Oh, I will, girl.
Other questions, just holler.
I appreciate you. Love you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, you guys, for hopping on. I'm going to make sure I got this recording. It says it's still recording, so I'm going to stop recording and make sure we've got it. I'd hate to lose it. And thanks, you guys. Have a great rest of the weekend, and let's kill this.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.